As we get ready for the start of the third quarter, Mauricio Escudero will kick off for the Olympians. 14-13 is where we sit. The Huskies, a last-second touchdown to end the first half. And a missed extra point is where we sit at 14-13. As the Olympians kick, Jalen Moore takes it at the 10, brings it up right side to the 27-yard line, brought down by Dominic Shoup.
Kickoff return brought down by number 27.
So gain of about 27 yards, 17 yards on the run back. And that's where the Huskies will be in business. Terrence Gibson, one touchdown pass, that one to Jalen Trajan Bridges to end the half, and a touchdown run in the first half by Jake Honstetter. Gibson, 14:53 third quarter. Honstetter on a handoff on the left side, over left tackle. Barrels through for a gain of 3. Brought down by my linebacker Ryan Odom.
Eventually stopped by number
Odom, 5'11", freshman from Grossmont High School. Gibson with that power, offset power eye out of the pistol. Now pro set. Again, hands off on a sweep to Honstetter. Evades one in the backfield, but can't evade the other Olympians, who bring him down for about a 5-yard loss. Chris Jackson forced him out of bounds, but again, that interior line of the Olympians stretch that out way too much, so there'll be a 3rd down and 12 after the loss of 4 officially. Leading tackler in the first half for the Olympians was Ryan Odom, middle linebacker out of Grossmont High School. Gibson had a 56-yard run in that first half. Set up the first score. Fakes a handoff. Eludes one, fakes out another, gets around that left side, almost a face mask, picks up a gain as he's still moving a 15 yards on that left side. So Terrence Gibson moves the chains to the East LA 41-yard line. And it's one look and run for Terrence Gibson right at this moment. So those progressions are not coming into play thus far for Terrence Gibson, and it's served them well. Honstetter in the backfield. Pro set now out of the shotgun. Sweep play to the right side, cuts back up the middle. Shoestring tackle. Brought down by Christian Mota.
28 on the carry. Honstetter.
After a gain of 3. Honstetter, their team's leading rusher.
On the tackle, Bailey Kagi Hudson brings up a 2nd and 6.
On the near side, you have Workman in the slot. Got Gibson again, just turns and hands off to Honstetter again, right up the middle. And keep doing what you're doing, as you're going to keep getting those gains. Another strong run by Honstetter, this time a gain of 10. Tackle made by Hassan. Well, let's see what that yellow hanky means. So we've got unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense on East LA. So you gain 10 and you back up 15. So somebody must have said something, and the officials didn't like it. So it'll be 1st and 10 nonetheless at the 39, their own 39-yard line. Gibson in control. You see him there. New running back is going to be Josiah Sheffield in the backfield with Gibson. There's 2 receivers there. Another fumble on the snap, so he has to keep it himself, and he's brought down in the backfield again by Christian Moda, and there's another penalty. This time it's going to go against the Olympians, and it looks like Bennett Walker got mixed up with Jalen Moore. And so that's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct for the Olympians on Bennett Walker. So the Olympians say, whatever you can do, I can do as well. So 15 and 15. And now the Huskies move it up to the 46-yard line of the Olympians. So the best offense in this series for the Huskies has been penalties. A penalty by the Olympians and one big run. Maury Rams, the fullback in this pro set formation for the Huskies. Hand off to Sheffield, running around the right side. He eludes one tackle, two, spinning for three, gets to the 23-yard line, still on his feet down to the 15, but he stepped out of bounds at the 22, but nonetheless a positive run by Sheffield. Sheffield runs for 24 yards, pushed out of bounds by Michael Harkins. As you saw him run on that right side, it's just a power play. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Offensive line does their job creating that hole. Specifically right tackle, Max Ahinakor did a nice job on that right side. Turning, gives it Sheffield one more time on the right side. He hurdles one defender and gets a gain of 12 on this run. So 36 yards and 2 carries, but you saw the flag come in from the side judge, make it the field judge. And we'll see if it's during the run. So tackle was made by Malakash Hassan. And at the 13-yard line, they say it was a hold on the receiver for East LA. So you could have gotten Workman or more with that hold at the 13. So the gain of 11 is reduced to 1. So 14-13, East LA driving. Gibson. Honstetter now is the tailback. Splits to the left with Rams on the right. A little sweep play to Honstetter. Met in the backfield, no gain. Tackle made by Eric Gant. Matt Nuanez was there as well. So this will bring up 2nd down and 11 from the Olympian 23. More on the near side. Workman in the slot. On the far side is going to be Trajan Bridges, who caught that touchdown pass at the end of the half. Gibson steps back looking for Bridges on the left side at the 2-yard line, and he makes the catch. Yes, he does. Gibson to Bridges for 21 yards. Knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And Gibson, when he has time, floats a nice ball out there where only his receiver can catch it. So 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. So 9 minutes on the clock, approaching 9 minutes. 3rd quarter, impressive first drive for the Huskies. Gibson on the snap, turns, hands off to Honstetter, and he has nowhere to go. Matt Nuanez, Robert Pagan in the backfield. The 2nd and goal from the 3, as there's actually a loss of 1. 14-13 is your score. Husky Stadium, the site for tonight's game, as Gibson Romsey up back, Hostetter the deep back. There's a fake. Gibson keeps it, comes around the left side and gets into the end zone for 6. Nice job of the read option by Gibson, keeping it and smoozing on down for 6 points from 3 yards out. So 19-14, Huskies take the lead with 8:36 to play in the third quarter. And because they had the extra point blocked at the end of the half on Ochoa, looks like the Huskies are gonna go for 2. Having their kicking game not at their best during this game. We'll see if these 2-point conversions come back and missed extra points if they don't get it here. There's a little shovel pass to Schilling. He's in the end zone, but there's another flag on the play. So the 2-point conversion is good pending the penalty on the field. Jalen Moore is pleading his case for some reason, so it must be on Jalen. And for Jalen Moore, do we have offsides against Jalen Moore? They're going to call holding on the outside, so the 2-point conversion is negated. And the Huskies, instead of getting that 2-point conversion, it looks like they're still going to go for it because of the lack of the kicking game. They'll be backed up to the 11-yard line. And it's 19-14. And the officials, coaches, discussion. And a refresher for the sideline. White hat telling East LA gotta stay back. That's Hostetter standing with Gibson in the backfield. Zaldivar in the slot on the near side. Moore near side wide out. Trajan Bridges on the far side. Tyson Schilling in the slot on the left. Gibson out of the gun. Gets the snap, looks left, throws left to Schilling, and that's incomplete. So the 2-point conversion fails, so the score stays at 19-14. Huskies, their first lead of the game, comes at 8:36 to play in this third quarter. This is Husky football on SportsNetUSA.net. Drive summary is 10 plays, 73 yards, took 6 minutes and 17 seconds off of the clock. Very strong opening drive for your East LA Huskies. So they have a 5-point lead over the 11 or number 9 ranked team in the state of California, depending on which poll you want to look at the CCCAA. Hassan Lopez a kick. And it goes to Daniel Latanka. And he's pushed out of bounds at the 40 of the Olympians. So 8:31 to play in this third quarter. Huskies have taken the lead on their first drive of the third quarter, 19-14. A missed extra point as they went into half, put it at 14-13, and a penalty on a 2-point conversion negates a successful one on a pass from Gibson to Schilling, and an incomplete pass on their second from the 11 is where we're at 19-14 third quarter, as Gunnar Gray brings his team out at the 40. Josh Butler in the backfield, adjacent to him on the left side, trips to the right side, hands off to Butler, and he goes nowhere. And that's William Dong, who makes the tackle. He's in for the first time, as he's one of those secondary in this 3-3-5 defense that the Huskies run. He's second down and 12 yards to go. Here come the Huskies. They've been coming at Gunnar Gray all game long. And it's been a variety of blitz packages the Huskies have employed. No one blitz or no two blitzes have been the same. There's a snap, looks right, throws right, and that one is intercepted by Ray Walters III. And he's at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Huskies. But there's guess what? A penalty flag on the play. And it looks like it's coming back as everybody's shaking their head. So is it holding?
There is a flag down.
So on the pass or on the run back is the hold. It looks like it's going to be on the pass attempt, so it's going to negate the interception. So 47-yard touchdown returned is brought back. So instead of 6, there's a 10-yard penalty against the Huskies, and San Diego Mesa still in business with 7:32 to play in this third quarter. They have it first down and 10 from the 48. So Gunnar Gray, Josh Butler in the backfield with him. There's the snap, handoff to Butler. Driving forward off the left side, lunges for an extra yard, a gain of 3.5 yards to the 45-yard line. And that's brought down by Daniel Morales. Vincent Parra also in on the stop.
Gain of about 3.5 yards. Second and 7.
So second and 7 from the 45-yard line. Trips to the right side. The lone receiver down at the bottom left is going to be Anthony Gilpin. Gunnar Gray looks to the right side, floats it up, double team, almost intercepted. Good safety play by the secondary of East LA. J.J. McDaniel on the coverage and the knockaway. Coming over from his strong free safety position as Jalen Martin was on the coverage. Pass was attempted to Antoine Sullivan. So it'll be third down and 7 from the 45. Here's Gray again, same formation. Trips to the right. On the left side is Anthony Gilpin. Huskies not showing blitz this time. Josh Butler in the backfield. Looks right, looking for Timian Jackson right there, but he's stopped as soon as he catches the ball. Short gain of 3 yards. Cameron Robinson on the stop. So fourth down. And we're going to call it 3.5.
Darius Boyd on the tackle. Brings up a 4th and 4.
So Gilpin, Jackson, and Schicker are the 3 receivers on the left side of your screen. On the top right is going to be Antoine Sullivan for the Olympians. Gunnar Gray and Josh Butler in the backfield. Gray wants his man in motion. That's Jackson. And there's a timeout taken. So San Diego Mesa a little bit rattled, a little bit confused on this play. A big 4th down and about 3.5 yards to go. They take the timeout with 5 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Huskies 19, Olympians 14. This is Husky football on SportsNetUSA.net. So to start this third quarter, the Huskies got the kickoff and then drove 10 plays, 73 yards down the field for a Terrence Gibson 3-yard rush. And again, the extra point was missed. Or excuse me, the extra point at the end of the first half was missed, and the 2-point conversion, which was successful, was called back. So that's where we sit at 19-14 in this third quarter. So Gunnar Gray, Josh Butler in the backfield. Gray not connecting yet with his receivers. 2 and 2 are the split. Takes 2 steps after the snap, throws it in the middle, and looks like Brody Schicker bobbles and it hit the ground. So an incomplete pass. And then there's a penalty down after the play. There's going to be a penalty on East LA. It looks like hands to the face of Gunnar Gray. And so after the 4th down stop, it's going to turn into a 1st down for the Olympians.
There's a penalty marker at midfield.
So you're going to mark it 15 yards. Should be about the 27. So there had to have been 2 personal fouls called, because it goes to from the 45 down to the 15-yard line. Of the Huskies. So with a person who can't do math as myself, 15 and 15, yeah, that's 30. So 2 personal fouls against the Huskies bring the ball 30 yards to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Olympians. Gray in the shotgun. Butler, 3 carries, 30 yards in the last drive. Floats one out to the right side. Martin, nice job of coverage on Sullivan. 2nd down and 10. So Antoine Sullivan on that right side. On this near side is Anthony Gilpin. Timian Jackson is the slot receiver that Gunnar Gray has looked for time and time again, but he is out of the ball game as they have 2 tight ends. So 2nd and 10. From the 15, there's a snap, hands off, little zone blocking there, and a res to the inside, but nowhere to go is Josh Butler. And that's a gain of 3. So to bring up 3rd and 7. Actually, they're going to give him 4 yards, so it was a better run that we see. So 3rd and 6 from the 11-yard line. Cameron Robinson and J.J. McDaniel on the stop. Gilpin and Schicker on the near side. Jackson and Sullivan on the far side. Quick whistle. And we're going to get a delay of game. Delay of game for Mesa. Back him up 5 yards. So instead of 3rd and 6, it'll be 3rd and 11. Same personnel. 3rd and 11, down by 5. We sit in the third quarter, approaching 4 minutes to go in this third. Gray steps back, looks over the middle. And Timian Jackson had a step on his defender. Just a poorly thrown ball by Gunnar Gray. And that'll bring up 4th down. And we'll see if Mesa will go for it. Looks like they're bringing out their kicking team. So Mauricio Escudero will come in for the Olympians. It looks like it'll be spotted at the 23-yard line. So it'll be a 33-yard field goal attempt. Escudero, the right-handed kicker, boots it up, and it is good from 33 yards away. Mauricio Escudero brings the Olympians within 2 of the Huskies. So with 4:09 to play in this third quarter, the Huskies 19, the Olympians 17. This is Husky football on SportsNetUSA.net. So when you look at that drive, it sure did seem longer than 7 plays were on that drive. 7 plays, 41 yards, 3 minutes and 23 seconds of drive time. About 15 minutes, 17 seconds of penalty time, but that's okay. Huskies have the lead, 19-17 here in the third quarter as Escudero will kick out. Kick. Jalen Moore is back deep for the Huskies. With the kick. This one actually goes to Salvador on the far side, so Renee has it at the 20, stops, tumbles, turns around, and walks backward to the 27-yard line. So a decent return by Renee Zaldivar of 16 yards. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Huskies. Tackle made by Jordan Dwyer.
Renee Salvador on the kickoff return, brought down by 89. Colton Westbrook. We have a flag down.
So up front for the Olympians, Christian Modu, who has a couple tackles in today's game. Ezekiel Robieto Yanez, who's really patrolled the middle effectively for the Olympians today. And also up front, Matt Nuanez. Ezra Christensen has 3 sacks unofficially for the Olympians as Terrence Gibson tells Honstetter to step up in that pro set. He fakes the handoff to the left side, comes to the right, and he's met by a host of Olympians for a gain of 3. Are they going to call it 4? They're going to give him 4, progress to the 30-yard line, so a gain of 3. Tackle made by Ryan Odom. Also in on the stop is Eric Gant. So 2nd and 7 from the 30. Workman in the slot on the far side. He's joined by Martin, or excuse me, that's Moore. On the near side is Trajan Bridges. Gibson looking right, looking over the middle now. Pocket collapses, he throws. Coming back for the ball is Renee Zaldivar, and he makes the catch at the 35. No, that's Jake Honstetter, who comes back to help his quarterback for a 4-yard, make it a 5-yard gain to the 35. So bring up 3rd and 2. The pocket collapsed, and Terrence Gibson strong-armed that throw to the 35-yard line, and he threw off his back foot going backwards. But an effective play nonetheless. Olympians brought the pressure, just could not get the elusive Gibson. So 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Fakes a handoff, looking for Bridges on the near side. And that is caught by Trajan Bridges at the 35-yard line of the Olympians. 30 yards on the pitch and catch tackle by Bennett Walker. And they had that play with Jalen Moore earlier in the first quarter. Moore had 2 steps on Walker, but dropped the ball. Would have been a touchdown if it had been caught, but this time Trajan Bridges on the exact same fly route makes the catch for 30. So Olympians in business, moving the ball in this third quarter. So as we see, stoppage on the field. You can't see if that's one of the officials they're looking at.
I'd like to mention the great medical staff we have at ELAC, Dr. Diane Stankovic and Dr. Diane Benitez. Incredible people.
So as we sit here in the third quarter, it's 19-7, Huskies with the ball and driving. And whenever a big throw is needed, Terrence Gibson has been able to make that throw. And whenever you needed a big play, he's actually made that play as well. You have to like what you see from that young man, and he's only a freshman out of, looks like, I think it's Westfield High School out of Houston, Texas, 6 feet, 180 pounds. UCLA beat Compton 54-0 in the first game of the season. Terrence Gibson was 14 of 23, 194 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Gibson brings him out now again with that offset eye out of the shotgun, hands off to Honstetter, and he rumbles forward for a gain of 3. Good strong running by Jake. In the second game that lost to Chafee, he was 18 of 34, 240 yards, 1 touchdown, but 2 big interceptions as they lost by 7, 42-35. Looking to get up to 2-1 on the season if they can get past San Diego Mesa in this ball game today. Tackle that time was made by Jonathan Vega. Second down, they only give him 2 yards, so second down and 8. Gibson hands off, and that's Josiah Sheffield, who turns and turns and spins for a gain of 7. So it'll be third down and 1 at the 27. Line to gain is 26. So third and 1. Maury Roms in that offset eye out of the pistol formation. Sheffield still in the backfield. Pirouette handoff. Sheffield picks up the first down. Strong running brought down by Jonathan Vega after a gain of 4. Make it 5 yards on the game. So first and 10 from the Mesa 22-yard line. Winding down to the end of the third quarter. We'll see if we get another playoff before the third quarter. It's Gibson. Receivers 2 split to the left, 1 to the right. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Another handoff to Sheffield. This time he's stopped and stacked after only a gain of 2 to the 20-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 2. Second down and 8. From the 20. And everybody's looking at the clock saying, let it run down. Let's start this fourth quarter as we come to the fourth end of the third quarter. So both teams put points on the board. Huskies put up 6. Huskies put up 6, and Mesa puts up 3. Score is 19-17 East LA over San Diego Mesa. This is Husky football on SportsNetUSA.net. As we move to the fourth quarter, Terrence Gibson has his team driving and poised to put some more points on the board. He's done a nice job, and he's done it behind a nice offensive line. There's been pressure. I think there's only been 2 sacks. There's been 3 sacks, but one of those sacks was a high snap, and defensive lineman just fell on Gibson. But for the most part, the offensive line has done a nice job. So start of the fourth, 2nd down and 8 from the 20. As you see East LA moving right to left on your screen. Honstetter in motion. Honstetter actually goes up, and is it caught? It is caught by Quintavious Workman. Short gain of 3. Brought down by Michael Harkins. Be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 from the 17. So interesting lineup. You don't see too many pistol formation or shotgun formations much anymore with 2 running backs in the backfield, but I kind of like it. Mari Rams is the fullback. Honstetter in motion. Here's a little pitch play to Rams, and he scoots forward, falls forward more like it, to the 13, make it the 14-yard line. And that's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and 2. And with the kicking game not at its best, the Huskies are going to go for it. And we'll see if Gibson can use his legs. Honstetter in the backfield with Rams. Gibson capable of running. Has a 50-plus yard run today. Fakes a handoff. Throws on a fade route, looking for Trajan Bridges, just out of his reach. And it'll be a turnover on downs on a 4th and 2. They go for it all. And the pass is incomplete. And so San Diego Mesa will take over possession at their own 17-yard line. Or excuse me, 14-yard line. With a chance to take the lead on this drive, as Bridges was one-on-one. But again, excellent coverage by the CB.
This is the fourth quarter of a very toughly fought ball game by both clubs.
And that was Chris Jackson on coverage. So Gunnar Gray brings his squad back out on the 14-yard line. 13:32 remaining in this third quarter. In the backfield is Josh Butler. 2 and 2 is the split of receivers. Huskies showing blitz. They don't come. Handoff right up the middle to Butler. And he's going to fall forward for a gain of almost 3. Brought down by Darius Boyd and Jonathan Perkins. Perkins is at a solid night tonight. A pass deflection, a sack, a quarterback hurry, a tackle for loss. Very athletic player out of Cajon, California. Gray again. Again, rolls out this time to the left, looking for a receiver. Has one falling down. And that's going to be Timmy and Jackson for a gain of 9 and a first down. Brought down by William Dahm, but again, that's what the Olympians need to do, is find some type of rhythm for Gunnar Gray. He hasn't had rhythm all game long. Let's see if he gets it on this drive. Butler in the backfield, trips left. Handoff to Butler up the middle. And he's brought down.
28 on the carry, Josh Butler.
By Messiah Williams, the outside linebacker for the Huskies.
Trey Waller, the third on the
So 2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2. Gunnar Gray, San Diego Mesa quarterback. They've had a few good quarterbacks the last few years. Jake Dunaway to name one. Here's Gray back deep, throws to the right side and short arms it incomplete. Might not been a bad thing that it was incomplete because both his receiver, but more importantly, if you're a Husky fan, Trey Coburn broke on the ball and could have had a deflection or an interception if it had been a better thrown ball. So it'll be 3rd down and 8. He was looking for Antoine Sullivan on this near side. Sullivan stays on the near side. In the slot with him is going to be Cam Brown. Trips to the far upside of the field. Gray alone in the backfield. Dime package. Looking for Sullivan again and incomplete. And you got to think J.J. McDaniel looking for the hit on Sullivan. If he keeps his head up on the deflection, that would have been, or could have been, we should say, an interception for McDaniel. He and Cameron Robinson are talking about it. McDaniel saying it was over my head. Robinson said, okay. Either way, it's a 4th down stop for the Huskies. It's going to bring on John Carroll Jr. to do the punting for the Olympians. Trajan Bridges back deep for the Huskies. Bounces 1, bounces 2. He picks it up on the 2nd bounce, gets to the 40 after he picks it up from the 25 to the 50, and steps out of bounds at the 45-yard line of the Olympians. It's going to be a return of 35 yards for Trajan Bridges. And again, excellent field position for the Huskies. 11 minutes, 38 seconds to play in this 4th quarter. They're up to 19-17. And let's see if they can get something on the board here. They sit 19-17. After 2 scores, the extra point and a 2-point conversion missed. Only 1 extra point good today. Gibson hands off, and that's going to be C.J. Tannehill, who burst off tackle and picks up a gain of 12 yards. Fresh legs for the Huskies. Ryan Oldham on the stop. So 1st and 10 from the 30. Huskies, prime real estate to score on that right side. Good job by the Husky offensive line. Again, this time handoff to the left side for Tannehill. Another big chunk. And he picks up another 1st down on a gain of 10. This time the left side, Martin Tyne leading the way, the big 6'7", 335-pound left tackle. Left guard, Mateo Randolph. On the right side, you had Maxwell Ahinacor on the first run. And I believe that's Christian Lopez, no, excuse me. Ben Reyes on the right side for that first run. So 1st and 10. This time in the backfield, nothing doing. As Ezra Christensen has been in the backfield all game for the Olympians. Another tackle for loss and a loss of 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 14. So ball at the 24 of Mesa. Gibson. Roms the fullback, the up back. Josiah Sheffield is the deep back. Handoff to Sheffield. And there's just nowhere to go. I mean, there he thought there was a hole, but there was nothing going. Malik Hassan in on the stop. So big 3rd down and 14. Remember, the Huskies started this drive at the Mesa 42. 2 big runs, and they're now back to the 24-yard line. 2 big runs to the 20, they lose 4. Tannehill in motion. Gibson throws off of his back foot, looking for his receiver, and that is caught by Quintavious Workman for 19 yards and a 1st down at the 5-yard line. Terrence Gibson did an outstanding job throwing off the back of his foot through to the bucket at the 5-yard line, and Workman makes an outstanding catch and puts East LA in very good position at the 5-yard line. Tannehill, the deep set back. Rams opens up a hole for him, and he glides through and powers up to the 1-yard line. They're going to call it the 2-yard line, and a gain of 3. Brought down. Arthur Neal was there to stop, along with Ryan Odom. He has 6 tackles tonight. So Ryan Odom, the linebackers, had a huge night for the Olympians as well. So Tannehill stays in the backfield as a deep set back. Rams is the fullback. Workman in the slot on the near side. Bridges the split end. And Gibson tries to get on the outside, but he's going nowhere. He escapes 1, escapes 2, gets back to the 5-yard line. But they still lose 3 yards. It could have been worse. Gibson's athleticism, instead of an 11-yard loss, it's only a 3-yard loss, and it's 3rd and goal. This time from actually to the 7-yard line. So officially a loss of 5, 19-17, 4th quarter. Huskies trying to extend their 2-point lead. Tannehill, deep setback. Rams, the up back. Bridges, Workman, Moore, left to right, the receivers. Throws to the left side. Touchdown, Huskies. Quintavious Workman bailing out Terrence Gibson on 2 throws on this drive. 1, 19 yards to the 5-yard line. This one on a 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line on a square out. Looked to the inside, broke to the outside, and makes a nice catch on a nice throw from Terrence Gibson. It is now 25-17, and Hassan Lopez with the extra point attempt, and that's blocked. And goes back to Lopez. That's something you don't see much as the kicker gets his own kick and tries to get in there for a 2-point conversion, but no go. And you see the kicking game for East LA. Injuries have really decimated that kicking game, and their normal kickers are just not out there. Hassan Lopez is a linebacker, 6'2", 205 pounds. He's a freshman out of Bakersfield. But again, when you have your linebackers doing the kicking, the extra points and punting is going to be an adventure, and it has been for the Huskies tonight.
Michael McGibney. Mesa will take over first down on their 33-yard line. Clock has 6:27 left in the ball game. Great pass incomplete intended for Sullivan. Colburn initially depending on the play. On the last carry from Mesa. Great pass, complete to number 7, and Tom Sullivan. Colburn with a touchdown saving tackle. Broken up by number 42, William Dahl. Number 7 on the reception, Sullivan. Brought down by number 91, Omega Williams. Brings up a 3rd and 10 for Mesa. Correction, 3rd and 2. On the carry, Josh Butler. Williams on the stop. touchdown complete from Gray to Sullivan. Correction, we're waiting to see the signal.
Or for San Diego Mesa.
And the touchdown is ruled. Mesa lining up in a two-point conversion formation.
So Mesa lining up in two-point conversion. Attempt, 25-23 is the score. Gray rolls out to the right side, looking back of the end zone, and he's got a receiver who's open. And that is Anthony Gilpin to tie the ball game up at 25.
And we are knotted up, 25-25.
So San Diego Mesa started their drive
The winner of our raffle
at 6:27 to play in the fourth. And Gunnar Gray finally got rhythm, and he led them down all the way down to the 2-yard line of East Los Angeles, and Josh Butler ran it in from 2 yards away, or excuse me, rushed it to get a first down, and then first and goal, Gunnar Gray to Antoine Sullivan to make it 25-23. And then the two-point conversion you saw there to tie it up at 25. So 25-25 and 2 minutes and 20 seconds on that drive time. Escudero kicks. Rene Zaldivar returning for East Los Angeles. 23 yards and pushed out of bounds to the East LA 30-yard line. Got that at the 7-yard line and did a nice job as there's an Olympian down. So to recap that drive, Gunnar Gray finally got on track for the Olympians. Josh Butler ran the ball well on that drive. So it was 7 plays, 67 yards in 2 minutes and 20 seconds to tie the game at 25. Again, Gray to Sullivan, 7 yards out. Then 2-point conversion to Gilpin, tying the score up at 25. So with 4 minutes on the clock, the Huskies will start their drive. And let's hope the young man on the field is okay. As the first 3 quarters of this ball game, little herky-jerky, momentum not so much. It's like stop and go traffic the first 3 quarters. In this fourth quarter, both teams seem to have found a little bit more of a rhythm, a little bit more urgency as we get to the final buzzer. And walking up under their own power is what you like to see. So 25-25 is your score. Terrence Gibson for the Huskies made plays when needed. Trajan Bridges has been his go-to receiver. Jake Honstetter does a nice job of running the ball for the Huskies tonight. Gibson, pistol formation. Fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, overshoots his receiver, intended target, Kalani Washington. May have had a step, but again, good look on that deep post pattern. Washington had a step on a corner, but again, the safety was there to possibly make a stop if that pass is made. So 2nd down and 10. On On the far side, Jalen Brown. Trajan Bridges on the near side. Renee Zaldivar in the slot on the near side. Gibson looking that way. He goes to Zaldivar at the 35. Met by two Olympians and brought down by Eric Gant and Ryan Odom. So a gain of 8 yards to the 38. So we'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Brought down by number 39, Eric Gant.
So 3rd and 2, Honstetter in the backfield with Gibson. Bridges on the near side. Workman in the slot on the far side. Jalen Brown on the far side, top of your screen. Honstetter takes 1 step up. Gibson looking to run, but nowhere to go. Ryan Odom, big number 50 for the Olympians, is in the backfield before the Husky offense can get started. And that'll be a loss of 6, bringing up 4th down and 8. Obvious punting situation for the Huskies. And the punter in this situation is going to be Quincy Ivory.
Quincy Ivory in punt formation.
Kick is on the way. It's high. It is short and gets a Husky bounce at the 48. So it'll be 1st and 10. 27 yards on the kick. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line of the Mesa's own 41-yard line. 2 minutes, 22 seconds remaining on the clock. Gunnar Gray, who got hot on that last drive to tie it up at 25. The second half, fourth quarter, I should say, much more crisp for Gunnar Gray. A rolling snap right into the arms of Josh Butler, so he goes around the left side. And he runs for 3 yards. Disaster turned into positivity by Josh Butler and the Olympians. So it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 44. Gunnar Gray's taking every snap. Daniel Latanka in the backfield with Gray. Bunch set on the near side. Timion Jackson in the middle of that bunch. Antoine Sullivan alone on the top of your screen. Anthony Gilman also in that bunch, along with Brody Schicker. Jackson comes in motion to the left side as we have some clock management is needed, and that's the delay we have here. Gray. Perusing the defense. And the snap. Huskies come, double clutch. Over, almost intercepted one more time. And that is broken up by William Dahm. On the double clutch, Gunnar Gray allowed Dahm to come over. Went up top, just couldn't bring it down. So bring up 3rd down and 7 from the 44. Defense for the Huskies has been very good tonight. In the second half, the offensive line for the Olympians have done a better job of really containing that pressure, and in this fourth quarter, giving Gunnar Gray a time to throw the ball. Let's see if they bring pressure here. Gray out of the guns. 2 steps, rolling left, looking left. That is receiver at the 50, brings it down at the 48, 49-yard line. They say 48-yard line is Timmy and Jackson. Well covered by Vincent Parra. So 4th and we'll call it 3 at the 48. Gray and the Olympians stay on the field. And the Huskies jump. So it's going to be a free play, incomplete. But it doesn't matter as the Huskies jump. Huskies say offensive line moved on that right side. But we'll see what the call is. The jump was obvious. Let's see if the offensive line was more subtle. And they're going to get called for their 4th offensive line penalty tonight, and that's going to be 5 yards. That's going to be a first down. So on a 4th and 3, the defense jumps. Could have been drawn offside. But again, the officials only saw the jump, and it's first down and 10 for the Olympians in Husky territory at the 47. Gray hands off. Tate around the left side, gets the in. Nice pickup of 8 yards around that left corner. Ray Walters III brings him down. Ray Walters III had an interception return for a touchdown called back because of a hold during the play of a pass. And that was 6 points wiped off the board. There's a timeout taken. We'll see. Psych, no timeout taken. And so with that no timeout taken, I don't believe the play clock is going to reset. So 2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line. As we see if there's time now. So Latanka now is in the backfield with Gray. Gets the handoff. No, excuse me, that's still Tavion Tate scooting around and picks up the first down as a shifty little 3-yard gain for Tavion Tate. So we'll bring a first down. Darius Boyd on the stop. So 1st and 10 at the 36 now. Gray, under a minute to play. 4th quarter tied at 25. Handoff. This time, this is Latanka, and he picks up a gain of 1, and there's a timeout taking with 29 seconds to play in this ball game. 25-25 in the 4th quarter. We'll see if we're going to overtime or if San Diego Mesa can hold on and get a field goal attempt and see if their kicker has the leg to do it. Mauricio Escudero already has 1 field goal made tonight. In the first 2 games of the season. When you look at his kicking, he's 2 for 5 coming. He was 1 of 3. He's 1 of 3 coming in to this game. His long field goal was the one he made earlier, which is 33 yards. So we'll see if he connects, if he gets a chance to connect. As Gray and the Olympians come back out. 29 seconds to play, fourth quarter. Latanka in the backfield next to him. Second down, 9 yards to go. Ball sits at the 40-yard line. And head coach Bobby Godinez for East LA calls a timeout. Both coaches want to make sure everything is right before this play gets off. So the scoring for this ball game, on the recap, the first score was a Daniel Latanka 4-yard run in the first quarter. In the second quarter, East LA got on the board. Jake Honstetter, 18-yard pass from Terrace Gibson. Made it 7-7. Then Josh Butler, a 2-yard run, made it 14-7. And we'll get to that in just another moment. So second down and 9 at the 40. 29 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Gray in the shotgun. Hands off to Latanka. And he rams forward for 7 yards. Tackle made by J.J. McDaniel. Gray spikes it, and they'll bring up fourth down.
That last running back was number 41, Daniel Latanka.
So that was third down with the spike out of the gun. So you had the ball at the, had it at the 28-yard line, and it stays at the 20-yard line, even though the spike and the down occurred at the 33-yard line. So the ball is going to be set and the holder at the 35. So it will be a 45-yard kick. And a timeout taken by East LA. So this will be the longest field goal, if made, by Mauricio Escudero. 45 yards on the attempt. So timeout taken. There's 11 seconds to play. So Escudero on for the potential game-winning kick. He's made one and made each of the extra points tonight. So when the score was 19-14, he came on and made it 19-17. Now, biggest kick of the year for Escudero, 45 yards out. San Diego Mesa 2-0. Depending on which ranking you look at in California, ranked number 9 or number 11 in the state. East LA 1-1, beating Compton, losing to Chaffee. Snap, hold, kick is up. It looks like it's long enough, but it looks wide, and it is wide right. Had plenty of leg. Would have been good from 50, but wide right. And there's 6 seconds remaining. East LA will have the ball at the 28-yard line, their own 28-yard line, with 6 seconds remaining. Let's see if Coach Godinez will take a knee and play for overtime or try to air one out.
We still got a shot right now. Come on, Renee.
So his big receivers today has been Trajan Bridges. He's been the most consistent. Quintavious Workman, he's come up clutch. On their last scoring drive, a clutch 19-yard reception to the 5. And then when they needed 6, a square out in the end zone. And he made that catch.
And the Huskies would like to take their last timeout.
So that's where we sit now. Let's see if they have a trick play up their sleeve. So San Diego Mesa.
Someone's gonna catch it.
So 7 points in the first quarter scored by Mesa. 13 points in the second quarter scored by East Los Angeles. Then they took a 13-7 lead. Then Mesa came back to score right at the end of the half to make it 14-13. In the third, Mesa had that field goal. East LA scored a touchdown. In the fourth quarter, where we sit here, Mesa 8 points, East Los Angeles 6, and here's Gibson just gonna run it to the 30. 35, slips a tackle to the 43. And he's brought down by 3 to 4 Olympians, and that's going to end the fourth quarter. So we end the fourth quarter 25-25, and we head to overtime.
15, 52, and 16. Vega Harkin.
So that last run was good for 17 yards. Jonathan Vega led the way with a host of Olympians making that tackle. So we'll see who starts off first at the 25-yard line to get their first attempt in overtime.
25 tie in regulation, and we go to the tiebreaker. And we'll see what.
For SportsNetUSA.net, this is the first overtime game of the season for either football team that we broadcast. Captains out there. So Husky Stadium treated to extra football. So we'll go back to that drive and that scoring, the scoring of today's ball game, how we got to overtime. Again, Latanka, a 4-yard run in the first quarter. The opening drive of the game, San Diego Mesa went 13 plays for 70 yards. Jake Honstetter tied it up on an 18-yard pass from Terrence Gibson. San Diego Mesa then 14-7 on a Josh Butler 2-yard run. Then East Los Angeles cut it to 1 at the end of half. I had it reversed earlier. Cut it to 1 at the end of the half. Trajan Bridges caught an 8-yard pass from Terrence Gibson, barely crossing the goal line, but Angel Ochoa, his extra point attempt was blocked. So there we sat at the half, 14-13. Then the first drive of the third quarter for the Huskies, Terrence Gibson, a 3-yard run to put them up 19-14. So instead, because they're having kicking troubles, instead of going for that extra point, they went for 2. But the 2-point conversion was good, but there was a penalty on the play. And then their second attempt from further out failed. So we sat at 19-14 with 8:36 in the third quarter. San Diego Mesa came back with a 29-yard field goal from Mauricio Escudero, cutting that lead of the Huskies to 19-17. Then with 6:35 to play in the fourth, East LA took an 8-point lead, 25-17. The extra point was missed, and by the linebacker, Hassan Lopez. So again, linebacker, extra point attempt, missed it, and we sat at 25-17. San Diego Mesa then comes back and scores 25-25 after they complete the 2-point conversion as Gray hit Gilpin in the middle of the end zone. So that's where we sit as we move to overtime, 25-25. And you just got to think, if East LA, their kicking game was healthy, would we be going to overtime? Because 2 extra points or a 2-point conversion missed, and that's why we sit here at 25-25. At least 2 points gone by the wayside. So East LA will have the ball first. There you see Honstatter tries to go up the middle, gets a gain of 1. The meat of the defense there to make the stop.
28 on the carry.
So Gibson Roms the up back on the near side. Workman and Bridges. On the far side is Moore. Fakes the handoff. There's pressure. Tries to spin out of it. Odom giving chase. And that's almost intercepted, almost caught, but it's incomplete in the end zone as Ryan Odom was giving chase on Terrence Gibson. Odom has had a heck of a night. 7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. And it's going to be 3rd and 9. So he's looking for Jalen Moore in the end zone. You got to think a little bit more time. It may have been a successful throw, but again, Ryan Odom providing the quarterback pressure. So 3rd and 9. Bridges and Workman near side. Moore on the outside. Off the gun, drops back over the middle. Honstatter, incomplete pass knocked away by Eric Gant. Excellent defensive play by Gant to knock it away because Honstetter had it in his hands. Honstetter wants a penalty call because he said Gant got there early. But nonetheless, it's going to be 4th and 9. And without a kicking game, you got to go for it if you're the Huskies. So we'll see if they can pick up a first down. Remember, in overtime rules, you need that first down. Otherwise, San Diego Mesa gets the ball at the 25-yard line and tries to score on their end. Pro set. Gibson drops back. Looking for Bridges. He has Bridges at the 19-yard line, but that's going to be well short of the first down. Actually, they give it to him at the 17-yard line, but still, that's going to be short. The line to gain was going to be the 16. So a turnover on downs in this first overtime. Huskies come out with nil. So now it'll be the Olympians' turn. Tied at 25, overtime. And again, the way this ball game has been going, no rhythm in this game, no fluidity. Good things have happened for both squads, but again, penalties occur. Good things happen for both squads, but incomplete passes consecutively. So we'll see if Gunnar Gray can come out and get his team in the end zone, or at least in field goal range. Gilpin on the near side, Sullivan on the far side. Jackson and Schicker in the slot on the near side. Huskies they're showing blitz. Here they come, looking for Sullivan on the far side, and almost caught by Antoine Sullivan. Incomplete coverage there by by Trey Coburn.
Line defense by the Huskies. Jalen Martin, number 10.
Jalen Martin
21
on the coverage. Thank you, Mr. PA. So 2nd and 10 from the 25. And there's a timeout taken by San Diego Mesa. Huskies again showed blitz. This time they were timing it and came at the last minute. They were going to come up the A gap, B gap, and going to apply the pressure to Gunnar Gray. So timeout. Overtime between San Diego Mesa and East LA, 25-25. And I'll just say it, first overtime. The way this game has been going, it could be 2, could be 3, could be 4. You just never know. Not sure the last time we've seen a tie in community college. I'm going to have to look that up for next week to see the last time there was a tie. Mesa looking to go to 3-0 and stay undefeated on the season. East LA looking to get to 2-1 on the season. After losing to Chaffee last week, which was a winnable game, they sit at 1-1. Gray in the backfield. Sullivan split high up top, looking left, throwing right, tried to get a wheel route to Tavion Tate in the backfield. Huskies were not fooled. It'd be 3rd down and 10. And it looks like there is a penalty on the play. So we get pass interference on the offense. Wow, that's something you never see. Offensive pass interference. So what happened on the wheel route, Antoine Sullivan on the far side, only explanation is he pushed Jalen Martin out of the way, allowing Tate to try to get open. So either way, if that had been caught, it's coming back. So that's 15 yards on the pass interference. So from the 25, you go back to the 45, it stays, to the 40, and it stays 2nd down. So it'll be 2nd and 25 from the 40. Tate in the backfield. Gray gets the snap at the 45, leaving it on a screen pass to Tate. An excellent defense. Jalen Martin like a missile coming up and undercutting Tate at the 39-yard line, a gain of 1. The 3rd down and 24. Like we said, there have been no rhythm to this game. Each offense really can't get into it because that defense of both squads playing excellent. Tate still in the backfield. Schicker and Jackson in the slot near side. Gilpin split out wide on the near side. Sullivan up top. Gray rolling to his right side, calling for help, throws it to the 10, and that is almost intercepted and dropped by Baum. Or did he intercept it? That's J.J. McDaniel. Yes, J.J. McDaniel with the interception. And so the first overtime is done. Neither team scores. So we head to overtime number 2, tied at 25. This is Husky football on SportsNetUSA.net. No one said it has to be pretty. just got to get it done. Both squads looking to make that happen here in the second overtime. Interception by J.J. McDaniel. That's his first of the season. McDaniel, freshman out of Downey. Went to Warren High School. And that's actually the second interception of the season for Mr. McDaniel. So the safety. So because East LA had possession the first time, in the first overtime, San Diego Mesa, they get it for the second consecutive time at the 25-yard line. Gunnar Gray, that's his second interception tonight. He's working with Sullivan now, comes to the near side along with Jackson. Schicker and Gilpin on the top of your screen. And the official says, more time, please. Tavion Tate in the backfield with Gray. In the pistol, that abbreviated shotgun. Huskies gonna come again. No, they don't. Hand off to Tate. Up the middle, scoots around the right side, then swerves back to the middle of the field to pick up 7. Down to the 18, Vincent Parr with the stop. So Gray. Let's see who he goes to. Jackson and Schicker in the slot on either side. Sullivan and Gilpin split wide at the 18-yard line. Here come the Huskies. Steps up, strong throw, incomplete, looking for Gilpin. Just too low and out of reach, third down. So 3rd and 3 from the 18. So 18-yard line, 3rd down and 3. Gray. 2 receivers, split wide left and right. Looks over to the sideline. Play clock running down as we get a timeout taken by East LA. So East LA calls a timeout here in the second overtime, tied at 25. So tied at 25.
Yeah, they put at 3. And can we get third down and 3, please? Yes, please. Sure. Let's put it at 2 timeouts.
So thus far, San Diego Mesa seven of 16 tonight in 3rd down conversions. So that's pretty efficient. East LA thus far, 3rd down efficiency weren't efficient in that first overtime. They're 9 and 15, but overall tonight, they've done well. So 3rd and 3 from the 18-yard line. Tate in the backfield. And now, actually that was Timmy and Jackson in the backfield. And now San Diego Mesa calls a timeout to talk it over.
Play resumes. We have a 3rd and 3, ball resting on the 18-yard line.
So the ball is getting lonely out there, 18-yard line.
And our compliments go to a great crowd tonight, a big crowd, probably 500.
And the score is tied at 25. Corey Neyland, Albert Robles on the camera. Sportsnet USA.net is the station. Next game for East LA is next Saturday against Saddleback. San Diego Mesa, they played Long Beach City. So East LA has a chance to move to 2-1 if they can hold here and score in the 3rd overtime and then stop San Diego Mesa. San Diego Mesa has a chance to go up in this 2nd overtime. East LA has a chance to counter. Tavian Tate back in the ball game for the Olympians. He is split in the pistol to the right side of Gunnar Gray. Huskies looking to bring it once more. They don't, and Tate up the middle quickly gets the first down to the 12-yard line. Off the center through the guard, 6 yards, first down and 10 from the 12-yard line. San Diego Mesa in business. So Messiah Williams makes the stop at the 12. And let's see what the Olympians have in store. Jackson and Sullivan coming down to the left side. Latonka is now the deep setback. Schicker and Gilpin are the receivers on the right side of your screen. 1st and 10 from the 12. Gray barks out the signal. Gets the snap, shoulder high. He keeps it around the left side and hits wide open into the end zone. Touchdown, San Diego Mesa. So Gunnar Gray saw the hole open up as East Los Angeles came with the blitz. And they get the first score of the 2nd overtime, and they take a 31-25 lead over the Huskies. And it looks like they're going for 2. So we haven't seen Gunnar Gray run all game long. The 6'4", 205-pound quarterback, his most important run, I believe that's his only run of the evening. The sophomore out of University City High School. They're trying to keep the Olympians undefeated in this early season. They want to improve to 3-0. So 31-25, they're going for 2. Latonka in the backfield. Staggered formation, Jackson on the near side, right behind Sullivan. He's in motion to the right side now. He turns right around in the goal line, and the ball is waiting for him, falls down for 2. So 33-25, Mesa takes the 8-point lead as East LA has to counter with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion if they want to send this to the 3rd overtime. So tough going for the Huskies, as they got to be thinking we shouldn't even be in overtime. Just the kicking woes had allowed San Diego Mesa to tie the game, and they take the lead here in the 2nd overtime. But East LA has been clutch all night. Terrence Gibson, fine quarterback out there. He hands to Honstetter around the right side, and he picks up a quality gain of 8.
Number 28.
So they'll be working from the 17. So 2nd down and 2. Hands off again to Honstetter. Cuts back against the grain, slips 2 tackles, gets to the 10, 5. Bowls over, 1 into the end zone, touchdown. But the white hat is walking slowly. And they're discussing 18-yard touchdown run by Jake Honstetter. And it looks like it's coming back. And I couldn't tell if it was a hold or a... So it was downfield, it was a hold. And that negates a beautiful 18-yard run, cutting back against the grain was Jake Honstetter, bowling over people the last 5 yards to reach the end zone. But it is all for naught, as penalty after penalty after penalty. And I don't even think that holding call was anywhere near the run. But again, nonetheless, they bring it back. So Gibson steps back, and he is devoured at the 37-yard line. And again, Ezra Christensen takes down Gibson. Gonna bring up a 3rd and 22. The goal, 1st down marker stands at the 16-yard line. Excuse me, the 15-yard line is the 1st down marker. East LA stands at the 37. 3rd and 22. Ezra Christensen, his 3rd sack unofficially tonight. His 4th tackle for loss. Workman in the slot on the near side. Bridges on the near side is the wideout. On the far side, Jalen Brown, top receiver. Next to him is Tyson Schilling. Jake Honstetter, who had that tremendous run called back in the backfield with Terrence Gibson. Gibson in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Drops back, and there's a pressure, incomplete, just out of the reach of Schilling. And no call. Schilling was pulled back. And they got it late, it looks like. So they are going to say pass interference against Mesa on the incomplete pass. So it's going to be an automatic 1st down. 15 yards forward from the 37 means it goes to the 22. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 at the 22-yard line for the Huskies. So this game, twists, turns, ups, downs. We'll see what we have here. Gibson, Honstetter in the backfield. His receivers from left to right are Bridges, Workman, and Moore. Shotgun empties out the backfield. There's pressure. He evades. He scoots. He's at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, East LA. Terrence Gibson didn't allow the rush to engulf him. He saw the lane and just took it. Clutch play by Terrence Gibson to bring the Huskies within 2 at 33-31. All important 2-point conversion. This game has gotten exciting in the 4th and both overtimes. So Terrence Gibson, again, when you need a big play, he's made them all game long. Close to 100 yards on the ground. So they'll have it here for a 2-point conversion at the 3-yard line on the left hash mark. On that far side is Schilling, Moore, and Brown. On this near side, the only wide receiver is Trey Bridges. Gibson with the snap. He rolls right. He's looking in the end zone, and it's knocked down by San Diego Mesa, and that's ball game.
He's saying no good.
So, so there was a flag on the play. Blocked below the waist. Knocked down, incomplete pass. He was looking for Jalen Moore in the back of the end zone. Terrence Gibson just didn't have enough on it. So the final score from Husky Stadium, San Diego Mesa improves to 3-0. The Huskies drop to 1-2. The final again, San Diego Mesa 33, East LA 31. You've been listening to East LA College Football on SportsNetUSA.net.